Good morning, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me today. And if you're new here, my name is Shirley and on this channel I share what I do and predominantly what I eat to help keep my menopause symptoms at bay. So on today's video I thought I'd share a shopping haul that we did a few days ago, and also I'll be sharing a couple of lunch ideas you might want to try to help you, one, keep your weight down, and two, just to help you with your menopause symptoms. So as you can see, we have a lot of green vegetables in our diet, especially cruciferous vegetables in one form or another. And this is because these vegetables provide compound to help support our hormones and gut health, which may help to reduce the impact of fluctuating hormones in our moods and in our life. And we've also got some kale, which we actually haven't had for a while. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll see that I made some sauerkraut not long ago. And I got the recipe from a book I have on fermenting foods. The book also has a recipe on making sourdough bread. Although we don't really have bread that often because of the carb factor, I thought it might be good to try and see if I can make sourdough bread anyway. And when it comes to avocados, I love avocados because they're nice and creamy. And they also provide healthy fats in our diet to support hormone balance and keep us full for longer. These spring onions is usually Mr. G's purchase and would tend to have them at lunchtime, although I put more on his plate as I'm finding that they keep repeating on me in the afternoons. To add colour to our diet, we've got peppers as well as tomatoes, which mostly goes in our lunches. Sometimes they also go into the base of our roast meat because I like to make gravy from the meat juices. And here's more cruciferous vegetables in the form of cauliflower, which I'm finding is quite versatile. Here's what Mr. G bought for our lunches for the next couple of days. And these are fish cakes and mackerel fillets. We have fish in one form or another 3 or 4 times per week because not only does fish provide another source of healthy fats, they're also really convenient as they're really quick to cook. Sadly, there aren't many fishmongers where we are, where I can buy fresh fish that can be cleaned and prepared for me, so we've got to buy fish from the supermarkets. Black pudding is a popular addition to full English breakfast, but I tend to make a Filipino dish with it. It's not the prettiest looking dish for YouTube, so I don't think you're prepared to see that yet. But if you're a Filipino, you'll know which dish I'm talking about. I know this looks like a lot of meat in one go, but this is my version of batch cooking. Much as I like to cook from scratch, I don't always want to be cooking every night. And batch cooking lets me off from spending every night in the kitchen. So now I thought I'd share 3 things that I made from this shopping haul. This first one is really a light breakfast or a mid-morning snack, or snack at whatever time you want to snack at. We don't tend to have breakfast as it's our way of doing something called intermittent fasting, where you eat within a certain window of the day. So for example, we eat our meals and snacks between 12 and 8 p.m. Then we have nothing else until 12 p.m. the next day. Depending on Mr. G's work schedule, when he's working from home, lunch can be anything between 12 and 2 p.m. But today we're both feeling hungry and not really wanting to wait until lunchtime. So I'm making rice cakes and avocado to keep us going until lunch. I like rice cakes because it's gluten-free and it's only about 5 grams of carbs per rice cake. I like avocados generally because it satisfies the creamy taste I sometimes look for, and using it as a spread is a great alternative to using butter. Normally we'd have salad with whatever we're having for lunch, but even though I promote healthy eating, salad or the same foods can get a bit same old and boring. So for today's lunch, I'm roasting some vegetables to go with the fish cakes. And I've chosen cauliflower, mushrooms and baby tomatoes to roast with the fish cakes. All these vegetables are easy to cook and as the fish cakes takes around 20 minutes to heat up, these vegetables are the perfect accompaniment. To make it easy to roast the cauliflower, I'm going to cut it into florets. I also use some of the inner leaves of the cauliflower as I find it a waste to throw away. And I'm sure there's also lots of vitamins in the leaves too. Place the cauliflower florets next to the fish cakes, followed by the halved baby tomatoes, and finally the mushrooms, which I've cut into halves. Drizzle some olive oil and season with salt and pepper. Roast in a preheated oven according to the cooking temperature and time for the fish cakes. So this is the lunch I made from the mackerel and salad. It's pretty straightforward to make as the salad is pre-prepared. So all you need to do is slice the cucumber into bite-sized pieces, quarter the tomatoes, slice the spring onions and divide between the two plates. Of course, I always dress my salads with homemade apple cider vinegar to add flavour and to support our digestion. In this dish, the sourness of the vinegar also cuts through the oiliness of the mackerel too. All I did was pan fry the fish in some olive oil while I was preparing the salad. And lastly, season with salt and pepper. And lunch is ready. I hope these lunch ideas have encouraged you to be more creative in the kitchen. And if you've enjoyed this video and my lunch ideas, I'd love you to tap the like button and remember to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.